cloudy and cold Tuesday morning in Northeast Ohio. Welcome on into the Animal House. It is the Bullpen, and it is Bull and Fox edition, as it is every Tuesday and Thursday morning at 9 a.m. He's Dustin Fox. I'm Adam the Bull, and we got a lot to get to today. And it didn't happen last week, but hopefully it will this week. When Cleveland scores Sunday against Las Vegas on offense, Bet Rivers is going to make you a winner. All bullpen viewers will win a bonus bet from Bet Rivers in Ohio. You got to be in Ohio. If Cleveland scores an offensive touchdown this Sunday, November the 23rd. So root for an offensive touchdown. It's got to happen this week. And then watch the next Bull and Fox show after the game. That's 1 week from today, Tuesday, November the 25th at 9 a.m. to collect your reward. It's the Animal House special, courtesy of the Bullpen, and Bet Rivers must be 21, available in Ohio only. Terms and conditions apply. Gambling problem? 1-800-GAMBLER. Dustin, how you doing? What's going on?
Adam, I am doing very well. I'm doing better than apparently most of Silicon Valley today.
Yeah.
And we're here. I don't know who's watching, but we're here.
Yeah, well, people are watching. YouTube's working, but we weren't able to promote because Twitter's down. A lot of other things are down. Apparently, this thing called Cloudflare, which I'm not a tech nerd, obviously, and apparently Cloudflare being down is causing all these problems. So, anyway, it'll all come back. People can stop panicking. That's the deal with that. Couple of quickies before we get into the Browns here. Bernie Kosar had his liver replacement surgery, his transplant yesterday.
Replacement.
Hey, right. He's got a new liver. They did it. Replaced the old one.
I guess they did technically replace it.
Yeah, they did. And
transplant.
Yeah, supposedly. So Bernie's doing well. It appears. So obviously everybody's still thinking of Bernie. It's been a huge story for the last. It's been a while. I mean, he's been really ill, and thankfully, he was able to get this new liver. I know you and he are close.
Yeah, dude. He was. He texted me and Tim Couch the other night before he was having his procedure.
Yeah.
He is. On his phone, he's doing all this. He's posting these videos and stuff, and it's really cool that he's keeping everybody up to the minute on it. And obviously, we're pulling for Bernie. I mean, these are delicate surgeries. My wife gave her father her liver years ago, about 8 years ago, 7.5 years ago, and it was successful there. So these things can work, and they can buy you some time. So it's awesome.
Yeah, my wife's uncle also had liver surgery, liver replacement, and he was able to live a while. He has since passed, but he did live a long time after the transplant. And so we just wish best for Bernie. But like you said, man, he's on social media. He doesn't miss his when he texts you, because I was texting with him a little bit too, and his emoji game is still strong on text.
You matter,
and the prayer hands and he loves to connect with people, and he does. That's why the fans care about him so much. Obviously, he was a good football player, and he's from Northeast Ohio, but it's beyond that because he connects with the fans in a different way than the average former player does.
No, he does, and there's a certain connection because those teams were really like the last positive memories prior to them coming back. And since they've been back, there haven't been a lot of good times. So he's that connection to those fans who were in their 60s and 50s, and even like me in my 40s and so on. I remember Bernie, when I was, I don't know. I mean, his 94, I was 12. So I definitely remember him growing up, but a lot of the older fans, in their 50s, I mean, very connected to Bernie.
Yeah, no doubt about it. So we continue to wish the best for him. So there you go. All right, it's a new era of quarterback here in Cleveland. Shedeur Sanders got his first opportunity this past Sunday when Dylan Gabriel was put into concussion protocol. Shedeur played the second half of the game. It was pretty bad, obviously, but it's a half of football. You don't want to judge a guy's entire career, as some people tend to do. What did you think of his performance? Did you see any positive out of that? What he did in that first performance?
I mean, the throw to Larvidan was pretty good.
It was.
Good coverage. I mean, it could have been caught. I mean, he makes that catch. They maybe go to overtime, and it's a different deal. But uh, look, he was swimming. They were pressuring his ass like crazy,
Yeah.
smartly. You know, he's got to have that clock on in his head where he's got to get rid of the ball, and certainly was an issue in this game. How many times was he sacked?
Um, I can't remember
A few
exactly.
times. I mean, he
Yeah,
was
yeah,
pressured like I
a
think he
lot.
was pressured
Yeah.
on 52% of his dropbacks. So not a lot of time to throw. Um, hopefully it'll be better this week. Gets a chance to get some reps in practice and prepare for the game and going into it. And obviously it's the Raiders are not a great defense, so he should have some opportunities, hopefully, in this game. And we'll see. We'll see how it goes. But
He was
overall, I
always
mean, there's nothing that
yeah.
I'm not going to write him off
That's
after one
crazy.
one
Yeah.
performance like that.
Yeah, he was
Yeah.
sacked twice in this game, was pressured a lot. We saw a lot of the problems that people were worried about with him. As you said it, he was swimming. Like, it was clearly, for any player, and you know this personally, your first, practice is one thing. Your first time playing on an NFL regular season game is unlike any other experience, right? The speed of the game and stuff like that.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. It's insane. I
Yeah.
mean, it's so much faster than anything you can ever imagine. And it slows down eventually,
Yeah.
but it's going to take 1,000 reps. I mean, he's going to have to play games
Yeah.
and see different defenses and different looks and all these things. I mean, it's not going to happen overnight, and certainly not enough time for it to happen this year. But we'll have a chance to see if his ability can translate, because he does have a lot of ability. We know that.
Yeah, the backing up on the sacks, I mean, that's a big problem. He's got to clean that up. You can't get away with that in the NFL. But I think what we did see is he's not afraid to throw the ball downfield. I mean, Dylan Gabriel didn't throw the ball downfield at all. He did it a number of times. The pass to Fannin was a solid throw down the field. And, he's got a better arm. He's bigger. Not that he's huge, but he's bigger. He looks the part more than Dylan Gabriel. And maybe I'm crazy. I on that last drive, like, I felt like they had a chance to tie it there with him, even though he was playing terribly. I just watched it and I was like, they got a shot. Whereas if Dylan Gabriel was there, I would not have thought they had a shot. That being said, it was way more bad than good, but it's his first appearance, and we'll see. Now this week, all this craziness about he didn't get first team reps. I've seen Brian Hoyer, Dan Orlovsky, Kurt Warner, and who was the other quarterback that chimed in? He was a Browns backup. He was a 5th-round pick. Was it Josh McCown?
Luke McCown.
No, was it Luke McCown?
It was Luke.
Right.
Luke wasn't here though, or was he here years ago? I can't remember.
Yeah, I don't, but you had 4 different guys who spent time as backups. Kurt Warner was mostly a starter, but the other guys were mostly backups, saying like, "Hey, listen." Oh, Chase Daniel also. The backups don't get this. It's not a conspiracy theory against Shador, and I can say that all I want. We've become a society in the last few years that buys into a lot of conspiracy theories. There's so much false information out there between AI and all the social media that it's hard. You don't know what to believe and what not. You don't know. I saw a video the other day of a politician speaking. I'm not even gonna say what side it was, and apparently the whole thing was fake. And I'm like, how are we gonna know anymore? What's real and what's not?
We won't know.
So it's so disturbing.
It is so disturbing.
Yeah.
And honestly, dude, like I see stuff on the internet now, and everything I think's fake.
Yeah, I know.
Until proven otherwise. I don't believe anything. Like, I don't repost stuff. Like, I'm like,
no.
If I hear it on the nightly news, maybe I'll believe it. But even then, you never know.
Yeah, it's so crazy. So again, people are buying into some conspiracy theories when it comes to Shador Sanders, and I just none of it makes any sense to me. But now he has his opportunity, right? Now he's going to practice. He's going to, I know Kevin Stefanski said if Dylan Gabriel's healthy, he's going to play, but nobody comes back in 6 days from a concussion. It just doesn't happen. We'll know for sure tomorrow. Mary Kay said yesterday 99.9% Shador is going to play. Tomorrow's the first day of practice for the game against the Raiders, and I would assume Shador is going to get all the first-team reps this entire week. And even though the game's on the road, it's a great week for him to play because the Raiders are as bad. If they might even be worse than the Browns. In fact, they probably are worse than the Browns because at least the Browns have a good defense. The Raiders, we saw them yesterday. I mean, they got some, obviously Ashton Agenti is a talented player and Brock Bowers is a talented player, but they've got very little talent across the board. And the Raiders don't have a big home field advantage. I'm sure there'll be a ton of Browns fans there, even though the Browns stink, because a lot of people probably made plans to go to Vegas before the season. So I think this is a great opportunity for Shedeur to play against a really bad team and hopefully show some major progress from last week. What do you think?
No, I totally agree. I think it's an opportunity for him. I think it's an opportunity for us as Browns fans to get what we wanted, which is to see this guy play some meaningful snaps and see if he's got a chance. Obviously, it stinks that Dylan Gabriel's banged up and has a concussion, at the expense of this whole thing. But, look, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. I mean, hopefully Dylan's going to be okay.
Yeah.
Eventually, but now is a good opportunity for Shedeur to play and the haters and the Shedeur fans will all sort of get what they want. And look, I don't understand why it's so divisive. Why is this guy? I mean, I say why. Like I know the answer why, but it's ridiculous. Like, just I'm rooting for the guy. I hope it works out. I hope he plays well. If he plays well, I'm going to praise him. If he plays poorly, I'm going to say he played poorly. Like there's no agenda here, folks. There's no agenda.
The only agenda is the people on both sides of this who have, like everything else, have dug into their camps and can't see both sides. It's just ridiculous. Both sides are insane right now. It's just crazy. Like, let the guy play. Let's see what he does, and let's react to it when it happens. He's finally playing now, so we have real information. I just think as you said, the whole thing's crazy. Folks, at BetRivers, players who place a qualifying same-game parlay of at least $10 on eligible NFL or NCAA football games will receive one standard entry into the weekly Squares game. Winning standard squares will be awarded a prize of a $20 bonus bet. See the app and website for more details. Let's get some comments from the fans before we talk about Myles Garrett here. Okay. Yeah, I got it. Thank you, Z. Mr. Chairman of the board says, good morning, Bull and Fox. Good morning, Mr. Chairman.
Good
Sammy
morning.
Hill with the Bull and Fox emojis. Barn Dog, Bull, random thought. I remember on UCSS you said you would love to do something where you can react to movies, and I think you should start a Patreon for people to watch movies along with you. Yeah, but I hear and I appreciate you thinking about that, Barn Dog, but isn't that distracting, watching movies with someone? Like, you don't want to talk during the movie while you're watching.
Especially not the first time you're seeing it. Like maybe a second time.
Yeah, a second watch.
Even no. I mean, dude, I don't want to even watch a sporting event with somebody. Like the Eli and Peyton thing that's on ESPN2 from Monday Night Football. That was cool for 2 times. I know people still love it.
Yeah.
I don't like it because I just want to watch the game.
It is a little. They're good. They're funny. They're
it is. It's very good.
Yes, I can understand
almost like
that.
I'd go back and watch it. I'm not watching it live like that. No way.
Especially if your team is playing, because it could be distracting. Yeah. Let's see. Gobular says AI is garbage. Garbage. It's being pushed heavy into everyone's algorithms. Unfortunately, true. Manuel says, good morning, guys. Do we know how much money do the Browns still owe Watson? It's over $100 million still. They're still on the hook for a lot, but I think they got to cut him at the end of this year and just take a massive cap hit next year and deal with it. They got to just move on from him. You've been able to get away with him being on IR this whole season. You're not going to be able to get away with that again next year. They got to cut him, take whatever cap hit it is, which is huge, and just deal with it for another year, I think. What do you think?
Totally with you on that.
Yeah,
I'm totally with you on that. Yeah. I mean, he's got to go.
Akron Hot Saucers. Genti had 7 freaking rushing yards. That was insane. Good thing I took his under. Well, I needed a decent game from him to win a fantasy matchup, but I lost because of that. It was ridiculous. I don't understand why the Raiders. I know they got down big, but you got to run the ball a little bit, especially in the first half. Jeez. Well, what are you going to do? Dustin, we got to talk about.
I went to the Cavs game last night. I did not.
Oh yeah.
I didn't see a second of the Monday night game. I went to the Cavs game, so we can talk about that later too. But go ahead.
We will get to that. But we got to talk about Myles Garrett here. What this guy's doing.
Oh,
I mean, it's just go ahead. Give me your thoughts, especially as a former defensive player, what he's doing right now.
Well, that game was outstanding. I mean, he was a man on a mission. I think he now, because he's got what, 15 sacks now?
15, yeah. And his career high is 16. With seven,
Yeah,
he's
I
got
mean
7
that
games to go.
dude. I mean, he's going to break the NFL sack record, I think,
I think so too.
and I think he's on a mission to do it.
Yeah.
Adam,
yeah.
it was so hilarious to watch Baltimore try, when they were down and they needed to go get that last score, dude. It it was so funny. They'd send a running back on him, and the running back would get nothing on him, and then he'd get through, and it was like the American Gladiators. Remember back in the day when you had these obstacles? I mean, Myles is literally going through obstacle after obstacle. It's like one wave, then the next wave, then the next wave. Then he still gets to the quarterback.
It's crazy. It's crazy. And he's so quick. His get off is unlike any player maybe we've ever seen. I mean, we're getting to the point where if he keeps this up for another few years, let's say he breaks the sack record this year, and he keeps this up this level of play for another, we're going to be talking about, is he the greatest pass rusher in the history of the sport? We're going to have to start having those conversations, and I know he hasn't been able to do it in the playoffs because he hasn't had much of an opportunity, and that may be held against him in that conversation. But, I mean, if you think about it, this is the best talent he's had around him. He's, all these other great pass rushers have played with other great players. He hasn't. And
no, he has not.
Let's say he gets, I don't know. Let's say he breaks the record, gets 24 sacks this year, which would be another 9 sacks. So he's already 24th on the all-time sack list. I mean, think about this. He's 24th already. If he has 9 more, that would be 126. He'll be tied for 18th. And he might be all-time. Michael Strahan, for the official sack total, now you have unofficial leaders if you include guys before the sack total became official in 1982. But on the official sack leaderboard, Michael Strahan is 6th all-time. Myles Garrett's only 24 behind him. He has a good chance to pass him by next year to get to 6th of all time. And then you start, can he get to Bruce Smith at 200, who's the all-time sack leader? I think he can, depending on how long.
6 straight years with over 12 sacks. 6 straight years with over 12 sacks.
He's not even 30 yet. He doesn't turn 30 till the end of the year. I mean, it's amazing. I don't think that right now. I think he's got 3-4 good years left, easy.
I mean, if not more, because he's such a freak, man. The guy. I mean, we've seen him in person at training camp, and whatever. He's unbelievably massive. He takes care of his body. There's no reason to think that this guy couldn't play. For another 5 years at that level.
Yeah. There's just never been a kind of player that had, Lawrence Taylor, who's I always think of as the best pass rusher ever. He didn't have the size that Myles Garrett has, right? And like Reggie White or Bruce Smith, those guys had the size, but they didn't have the athletic ability. Great athletic ability, but not to this level, not to this Myles Garrett level. It's crazy, and sadly, this team is going to waste his talent because they're not going to give him a chance to win. Now, maybe in another 2-3 years, we'll see. By the way, I mean, is Carson Schlesinger becoming a superstar now too, as a rookie?
We just talked about it last week. Remember when you asked me who's the best rookie on this team? I said Carson by far, and he's going to be rookie of the year.
And he had a monster game again this week. He's all over the place. I mean,
it's crazy. He's an awesome player.
Yeah, he really is. All right, let's talk about the Cavaliers. You went to the game last night. Cavs against the Milwaukee Bucks.
Yeah, dude, Donovan Mitchell's so good. Just so good in person. I mean, it's just he can score at will. They can't stop him. We've talked about this before. I mean, I don't know that there's a better player in the game that's a better finisher at the bucket than him right now. I don't know. I mean, there's other good players, I know, but I mean, I'm just saying, dude, the guy can score whenever he wants.
We were having a debate yesterday whether we were saying superstar or star, but I'll clean it up here and say, is Donovan Mitchell a tier 1 superstar or a tier 2? And myself, Jason, and Mike said he was a tier 2 superstar, and Jay and G said he was a tier 1 superstar. I think I'm saying there's only 4 guys in tier 1: Giannis, Luka, Jokic, and SGA. I think Donovan's in that next group. What say you? Or do you put him with that top group?
I mean, he's probably close to that top group, I think.
I think
for
he's
some
in the
reason
top of
he
the
just
next
doesn't.
group.
Maybe it's because his I don't know what it is. There's other guys I feel like are sexier stars.
Even though they're all none of them are Americans though.
No, I know that, but I'm
funny.
just saying, I mean, like, they just seem more like household names than Donovan Mitchell for whatever reason.
Yeah. And it's not and what's funny is none of them, right? Who am I forgetting? Except for Luka now, none of them play in sexy markets. You know, it's Giannis is playing in Milwaukee.
Did you say Anthony Edwards for tier 1 too?
I didn't. No, I got him in tier 2 with Donovan for me.
So if that's where he's at, then I think that's wherever
Right.
Anthony Edwards is, I think is where Donovan falls.
I think Donovan's probably in 5 through 8, right? Like he's just below that. And that's no knock saying the guy is like a top 5, 6, at worst 8th best player in the league.
Right.
And he's great. And he's you know what's great about him is he's unselfish. He's a great team guy. I think we got a lot of that right now with the best players in the league. They're very team-oriented players.
I'd agree with that.
The best players in the league right now. And I like that. I don't as you know, I don't love the style of play these days, but what'd you think of the performance last night? Evan Mobley didn't have much, he's been, I don't know what's been going on with him. He hasn't been shooting the ball lately. What's going on with Mobley? But they won. And Sam Merrill was just on fire yesterday. But what's your thoughts on the game?
My thoughts on the game were that really slow start.
Yeah.
I think if Giannis doesn't hurt his groin, that game's a dogfight to the very end.
Yep.
Because they Bucks are a talented team, man, and they got some depth. I mean, they have some really good players, and if it weren't for Donovan putting the team on his back and Sam Merrill having a monster second half, they could have lost that game.
Oh yeah, certainly. I mean, it was tied after the third quarter, right? Or they were no, they were.
Maybe they had a lead by 2
small
points
lead at the end of the third.
It was very small,
right? What's funny, the Cavs have been bad in the second quarter, although they played well in the second quarter yesterday. But yeah, I mean, listen, it's still so early in the season. The Cavs have been a little up and down. It's not like last year where they were just killing it in the beginning of the year, and maybe they'll be better off for that when it comes down the line. Mr. Chairman of the board says, when Donovan Mitchell leads the Cavs to an NBA title, then Donovan is a Tier 1 player. All of the Tier 1 players mentioned have won a title. No, that's not true. Luka hasn't won a title.
He has not.
Right? Obviously, the other 3 have. Right. But Luka's been to the finals. And my ultimately, I said about Donovan, as much as I love him, like, has he even won a playoff series in which his team was not a massive favorite? Right? They beat Orlando 2 years ago. They were a big favorite. Yeah. They beat Miami this past year. Big favorite. I can't, I'm trying to think about his time in Minnesota. That's the one knock on him. He really hasn't, and he's played fine, but he hasn't been able to raise the level of the team in the playoffs. Right. That's the difference between him and those guys, in my opinion, so far. Like, that Mavs team got to the finals, and they weren't expected to go to the finals.
No, not at all.
Yeah. So, All right. Well, thanks everybody for joining us today. I know there's been a lot of crazy things going on with the internet's been down, Twitter's been down. So we appreciate those who joined us today without us being able to spread the word too much. We'll be back on Thursday. Get you ready for this weekend's game against the Raiders. We'll know for sure whether or not Shedeur Sanders is playing. The Cavs also back in action between now and then. They'll play tomorrow night, still at home against the Houston Rockets. That should be a good game.
Hell yeah, Rockets are a good team.
Been fantastic. They're 9-3 on the season. And thanks to Z and Max for producing today. We'll talk to you next time. Where else but right here in the bullpen with Bull and Fox. Thank you, everybody. Brought to you by Bet Rivers. We'll see you next time.